The last step in being able to write equations of lines is to basically pull the whole thing together. So if you're given 2 points, let's start with -3, 7, and 1, -1. How do I get this to an equation of a line? So basically, I have to utilize several things. First thing I'm going to do is calculate the slope. Using my formula of y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Then I plug it into point slope, which is again y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And then finally, I go into y equals mx plus b, right? I want to put it in slope-intercept. So let's go ahead and start with this equation right here. These 2 points. So I have x1, y1, x2, y2. So the first thing I'm going to do is calculate the slope. So I'm going to do -1 minus 7 divided by 1 minus -3. Now this becomes -8 divided by 4, because that 1 minus -3 becomes 1 plus 3, and that becomes -2. Okay, so that's our slope. Now I can use either one of these as my points. It's totally fine. But I usually just use the x1, y1 that I labeled originally, just to avoid any confusion. So I'm going to plug that into point slope. So I do y minus y1, which is 7, equals my slope, which is -2, times x minus x1, which is -3. Okay, so I've got y minus 7 is equal to -2 times x plus 3, because I've simplified. And now I'm just going to turn it into slope-intercept by solving for y. So I'm going to distribute, which is -2x minus 6 equals y minus 7. And then my last step is to move this 7 over here. So y is equal to -2x plus 1. All right, from there we can tell that our slope is -2 and our y-intercept is the point 0, 1. So we'll be able to graph our line. Okay? Now, let's do one more. So, let's start off with -4, 7, and the point 62. So I'm going to plug this in to my slope formula. Again, if you don't have the slope formula memorized, you should write it down every time you use it, because that will ensure that you get it memorized. So x1, y1, x2, y2, and I get 2 minus 7 divided by 6 minus -4. So that's -5 over 10, which is -1/2. So that's my slope. I'm going to plug it into y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, and then transfer it into slope-intercept form by solving for y. So I plug in y minus y1, which is 7, equals my slope, which is -1/2, times x minus -4. Now, I always do this. You substitute, then you simplify. You deal with these double negatives, right? So you have y minus 7 is equal to -1/2 times x plus 4. Now we distribute. We distribute this -1/2 into these parentheses. So I have y minus 7 equals negative 1/2 x minus 2, and we add 7. So finally, my equation is negative 1/2 x plus 5. That gives me a y-intercept at the point 0, 5 and a slope of negative 1/2.